So so in the last class, we published a workbook to the Tableau server, right? So I don't know where I saved it actually. So anyone know how to? So we are published our workbook to the Tableau server, right? So we can save our work in two ways. We can save our dashboards in our local system, and we can save our dashboards in the Tableau server also. So what is the safest way is like we have to publish our dashboards every day to the Tableau server. Okay. Why? Because of some reason in your local system may not work, or your local system you may delete some files unnecessarily, like without our knowledge, we will delete some of the files, or we don't know where we saved our dashboard in our local system. So it is easier, or it is better to save your dashboards to the Tableau server always. Okay. So once you are finishing with your dashboards, right, then you have to save your work to the Tableau server. Okay. So don't save any workbooks in the local system. So like for some time you can store like for 1 hour or 2 hours, or for instantly you can save in your local system. But ultimately, when you are logging off, or for every 2 hours or 3 hours, or when you are going out for the work, right? Then we have to save our workbooks to the Tableau servers only. Okay, now I saved my workbook to the Tableau server. Okay, we are saved our workbooks to the Tableau server in the last class. Now I want to open that workbook from the Tableau server. Anyone know how to open that? So the class one, what we have done, let me open. If possible, I'll try to open the same. Yeah, the same one. So in the class one, we created a workbook. What is the workbook name we created? Just try to remember everything. Okay? It is not that much important. Like it is not that much difficult to remember everything, right? So in class one, we have created a workbook name. What is the workbook name? V1 frequently asked, like FE. This is the workbook name, and we published this to the Tableau server. Published to Tableau server. Okay. Now in class two, what we do? I don't have this workbook in my local system. Now I want to open this workbook from the Tableau server. Now anyone will tell how to open this from the Tableau server. Just tell the procedure so that you can remember. Anyone? Okay, tell me how to publish a workbook to the Tableau server. See, just think that it is a practice for you for the interviews, okay, and for your revision also. Okay, if you don't know, then no need to like content, but if you know, just try to
The
answer.
tools bar, go to the server option
Okay,
and choose sign in button.
okay, it is already signed in, right?
Signed in. Okay. Already published చేసాం కదా సార్.
So you have already published it, right?
Yes.
Then, so to publish the workbook, we have to simply click on the publish workbook option. Now, if you want to open the workbook, right, simply click on the open workbook option.
Yes.
Oh, very simple. Just click on the open workbook option. So what it will do? So to which server you logged in, right? In that server, it will show all the workbooks. Okay? In that server, it will show all the workbooks. And you can see owner name here. Owner name is nothing but this workbook is published by which person? This person. And this workbook is published by which person? This person. So in real time, the different developers will be there. It will show the owner name of that particular workbook and to which folder you have published. like folder, or I can say project also, both are same. So it will show that folder name also here, and it will see whenever you have published it last time, it will show that one also. So for example,
Saturday.
this particular published workbook is published on 2023 May 26. Like it will show what is the size of the workbook also it will show. So for example, you can sort it based on the date wise. So it simply go to the modify, simply click on the modify option. Now you see it will be sorted based on the oldest to the latest. Now if you click one more time on this one, now you can see newest to the oldest it will sort. So you can see here like B1 FAQ, this one. So this is the one we have published last time to the tablet server. Okay. So what you can do, so by default, what you can see here is by default, you can see whatever the workbooks you have published. So we have different developers, right? So by default, what it will do, under find option, I can see my workbooks option. My workbooks means what? Your workbooks. So who are the developer is there, right? Who is opening these, right? This option, right? He can see his workbooks. What are the workbooks he published it, right? He can see all his workbooks here. Okay, I want to open other workbook which is published by other developer. Then what I can do? So then I can simply go to the find option, simply click on this drop down. Here I can see different options. Search means that when you click on the search, right, you can simply type your workbook name and you can search. By tags you can search. By owner name also you can search. By project also you can search. My workbooks also you can search. My workbook means it will give you all your workbooks. And all workbooks. When you click on all workbooks, it will show all the workbooks in the tablet server. You see, you can see all the workbooks in the tablet server published by different developers. Okay. And if you want to search by owner name, right, you can simply click on the by owner here. Now, when you click on the by owner here, right, on the right side, it will show you to select the particular owner here. So if you select this owner, I don't have any workbooks by this owner, maybe. Now just simply click on the search button. Yeah. When you click on the search button, right, I can see all the workbooks which are published by this owner, this person. And you can click on this drop down and you can select other owners also, like that. Okay. So like that you can search, and I want to open this workbook which we are published in the last time. So just click on this workbook and simply click on the open workbook option. So just remember all these are very simple ones, but uh, very effective ones, very useful for you. And you see, whenever you try to open that workbook, right? So it will be showing this dialog box. What is this dialog box? If you have written some custom SQL, right? Like we have written some custom SQL, right? Like select the region, customer name. I want only these six column names only. I want to use in the dashboards, right? So we have written this calculation, right? So it will show you this custom SQL here. So you have to simply click on the S option. You see, whatever the workbooks we have published on the last class, right? So we can see all those workbooks here. See, sorry. So it is opened that workbook here. Okay. If you go to sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, you can simply go to all the sheets. So in the sheets, I can see whatever the data I have created. But in the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, we don't have any data in the sheet 1 and sheet 3. Okay. So what you do today, you can start developing the other requirements in the same dashboard. Okay. So yesterday we are opening one Word document, right? So this is the Word document we are discussing about. So for the best dashboard design, I will tell you a few things here a bit quickly. So it is not the best dashboard design. So just clear the dashboard. So when you click on this symbol, right, it will clear everything in the dashboard. Just clear this dashboard. So what is the first step in designing the dashboard is just go to the bottom of the dashboard. Simply click on the show dashboard title option. this one. So when you click on this one, it will show that it will show the dashboard title here. So what is the meaning of dashboard title? Whatever the name you have given to this dashboard, right? That is the dashboard name you can see here by default. For example, if you rename your dashboard here, right? Let's see what happens. So just click on right click here, just click on the rename option. I can say sales dashboard, or I can say in real time it will be having summary dashboard. Okay, sales summary dashboard like that. I can say sales, or I can say summary dashboard. Okay, just click on enter. Now you see whatever the name of the dashboard you have given here, you can see the same thing here also. So in real time, the best practice is first we have to click on this dashboard title. Okay, then drag your sheets one by one into the dashboard. Now, so I'll tell you, I'll keep on telling you what is not important for interview purpose. Okay, but I will try to ask you what is the important for interview purpose. But all these are all the dashboard design is very important in the real time. Whatever, whenever you go, whatever the project you will get, compulsory 100% we will create these dashboards. Okay, you have to follow these steps. Otherwise, you cannot create the dashboards in real time. Okay, anyone will tell what's the best dashboard design here. So I want to drag sheet one into the sheet two into the dashboard here. What is the best practice to drag?
Before doing to the dragging the sheets, we are using the containers. First of all, we need to drag any type of container, like horizontal or vertical container.
Before that, we have to select whether it should be a tiled or a floating dashboard. But having a tiled, the difference between tiled and floating is floating. You can decide how big the box of a sheet one or the graph should be. In title, we have a certain limitations for that.
We can drag and drop the sheet. We can take. We can decide. No message.
Yeah. So okay. So you see, while designing the dashboard, we have to remember two things. So we can place our sheets in a dashboard in two ways. So we can place our, like we have rows and columns, right? So you see, these are rows, right? You know these are rows, and we have columns also, like these are columns. So whenever we have to use containers in the dashboard, when we have to use this horizontal container, and when we have to go for this vertical container. So you have to remember these two. Okay. So very simple. You see, when I design the dashboard, when we are rows, right? This is the first row. Okay. So this is the row one, and this is row two. Okay. And this is row three, like that. We have rows and columns. the other rows. And you see, in the row one, in the entire row one, I want to place only sheet one. The entire row, I want to place only sheet one. Then don't go for horizontal or vertical container. No need to go for horizontal and vertical containers. Why? Because in the entire row, I want to place only one sheet only. In that cases, don't go for any container. Directly place your sheet in the first row. Just forget about summary is in the first row actually, but just for now just forget this one. But so assume that this is the first row. In the first row, I want to place only sheet one. Now, when we have to go for horizontal or vertical containers, it is like this. So in the second row, I want to place two sheets. So I want to divide the row two into two columns. Okay, I want to divide the row two into two columns. So this is the column one, and this is the column. And in the column one, I want to place sheet two, and in the column two, I want to place the sheet. So in this case, I want to go for horizontal container or vertical containers. So this is how you have to remember. Don't go blindly for putting the container. When there is a requirement to place more than two sheets in a horizontal in a single row, right? Then go for horizontal containers. Why? Because horizontal container means is the horizontal container. So you can put your sheets horizontally. Like so, if you want to place your sheets horizontally like this, you can go for horizontal container. Okay. Now in sheet, so we have placed the sheet 2 and sheet 3 in a row 2 using horizontal container. Why? Because I want to place sheet 2, sheet 3 side by side in a row. That's why just place first horizontal container in the row 2, then place your sheet side by side. Now and come to the row 3 here. In the row 3, what is my requirement here is again I want to divide the row 3. I'm just telling the concept here. In the row 3, again I want to place 3 sheets. So if you want to place 3 sheets, right, then you need 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. So this is for maybe sheet 1, this is for sheet 2, this is for sheet 2. Then in this case, what to take here? In the row 3, we have to put the horizontal container first. And in that horizontal container, I will place sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Now, when we have to go for this vertical container, you see, all these are vertical containers only. Okay, you just forget about that. My requirement is, so sheet 1 is in the first column, sheet 2 is the second column, sheet 3, I don't want to place the sheet 3 directly here. What is my requirement here? I want to divide the column 3, this column 3, right? I want to divide this column 3 into two I want to divide this column 3 into two parts vertically now. So I will divide this column 3 vertically like this, and I want to place my sheet 3 here, and I want to place my sheet 4 here. So when there is a requirement to place the sheets vertically, like this is vertically, right? Then we have to use the vertical containers. See, when I say I'm just taking the here example for sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 like it only. But sheet in place of sheet 1, you can put either horizontal container, vertical container, text object, extension, data storing, images like that. You can put any object. You can put any object. So let me take a screenshot of it. Okay. So hope you remember this one. So what I do, I'm just saying this paint. So just remember that we are placing we can place objects in the dashboard. Object may be either sheets or any other vertical container, horizontal containers, images, text object, like that anything that can be anything. Okay. So otherwise let me open new page here. So just to remember only, I'm just taking the screenshot. Okay. Now what I will do in the row 1. So I divided 1, 2, 3 rows like that. In the row 1, I want to place only one sheet only. I want to place in the entire row. Then no need to go for any horizontal containers or vertical container. So I'll go to my tab here. In the sheet 1, we don't have any data, right? So just for the purpose, just drag some fields into the sheet 1 and go to that summary dashboard. Place your sheet just below the title. And one more important thing you have to remember, place your sheets just below the dashboard title, and whenever you see the shading as well as whenever you see the dotted line, then only place your objects in the dashboard. Otherwise, don't place. So just drag your sheet 1 just below the dashboard title, and whenever you see the hash color shading and this dotted line. Why we have to place then only mean, if you place like that, right, then for the particular object you will be able to see the edit height option or edit width option like that. So I can edit this height to maybe 120. And next thing, what is the thing? We have to make it entire view, right? So go to standard option, fit width, we have fit height, and we have entire view. Then what is the next best step? Go to the layout here. Just make some back border, give some border to the sheet 1. Okay, like. Okay. And every time try to use the outer padding and try to use the inner padding. Just for the practice, try to use every time. Whenever you create any sheet, just try to use this all the options. Try to use all the options every time. Okay. And next step I want to do here is like, I want to give some black color background. Sorry, I want to give some black color background to the sheet 1. So what I will do, simply go to the sheet 1. Okay, just to go to anywhere in the sheet, just right click, just go to the format option, or select the sheet 1. On the menu, go to the format option, just go to the font option is there, alignment is there, shading is there, just go to shading option. Now default shading will be this. For this worksheet, default shading is white color. Okay, so I'll make it none here. Okay, or you can make it black color. Or the best option I can say here is just make it none option here. Now close this one, go to the layout option. Now go to the background color, just make it some hash color, something like this. Okay, so I want to increase the height of this sheet. Just go to increase the edit height option, make it 200. Okay, now I want to align these. I want to increase the font size of this sheet. What you do? Select the sheet first, or simply right click on the profit here, simply click on the format option. This is the best option. Or sometimes select the sheet, go to format, go to font option. Very simple. So in here itself, you can see font option, alignment, shading, borders line, everything you can. Go to the sheet, go to the, make it the font size is like 14, make it black color, or make it some white color or blue color, make bold. You can select font Arial family, you can select Arial, you can select. Now go to the alignment option. We have seen pen and header. Just go to the pen option, make it center alignment. So we can make it horizontally align it, and we can make it vertical alignment option. Okay, make it horizontally left side, middle, right side like this. Vertically bottom, you see, vertically I can move bottom, middle, top like this. Okay, and I can see direction option, horizontal direction, vertical direction, like you can change the direction also. And wrap means, you know what is the meaning of wrap option. I don't want to tell everything here. So just go to the class 2, class 3, class 4 dashboard design. Now I'll come to my paint option here. In the sheet, in the row 2, I want to place sheet 2 and sheet 3 both side by side. Then what I'll do? I'll go to my dashboard and I want to place the sheet side by side, right? This time I'll go for horizontal container. And remember one thing, every time you place, you have to see this dotted line. And you have to see this hash color line. Sorry, hash color shading along with this dotted line. Place your horizontal container. Now, first thing you can make the you can fix the height of this container. So containers will be always highlighted in this blue color border. Select the container, go to this drop down, edit height. Fix the height of the container to 300 pixels. Now place your sheet 3 into the container. How to identify that your container sheet is placing inside the container? When you are placing your sheet inside the container, you can see this that container is highlighted in a blue color border like that. So I don't want to go through everything. Just place your sheet and place your sheet 3 also right side to this sheet. Sheet 2, sheet 3, I place it side by side. Next step is based on your requirement, select sheet 2, make it entire view. Select sheet 3, make entire view. Okay. Next step is, you see, I can change the width of my sheet 2 or sheet. Select the sheet 2, go to drop down, edit width option, change the width to 300 pixels. In that way, you can change the width of a particular sheet. Go to sheet 3, edit the width. Okay, to some other pixel. But I want sheet 2 and sheet 3 equal width. Then what you do? Select either sheet 2 or sheet 3, go to the drop down, select entire container, click on container drop down, select distribute contents evenly option. In this case, all the contents inside the container will be given equal width. Sheet 2 and sheet 3 given 50% width. If you have 3 sheets, all the sheets will be given equal width. So I don't have any content in the sheet 3. Go to sheet 3. Go to sheet 2. Just put some dimensions and measures. Don't bother about what is the measures and all. Just put something here. Okay? Like this, come to the summary dashboard. Now I can see sheet 2 and sheet 3. What is the best practice? Select the sheet 2, give some border here. Select sheet 3, give some border here. And every time when you design the dashboard, try to use all the options. Now I want a gap between sheet 2 and sheet 3 here. I want 30 pixel gap between the sheet 2 and sheet 3. Select sheet 2, go to layout option, go to outer padding, select all unselect all sides equal, go to right side, make it equal 20 pixel. Like this. Similarly, go to sheet 3, go to outer padding, unselect all, make it 20 pixel, left side. Okay. So sheet 2 it is right side, for sheet 3 it is left side. So in that way, here it is 20 pixel, here it is 20. Total will be 40 pixel gap between the sheet 2 and sheet 3. Okay. Now I want to use the inner padding. So as of now, I can see all this text just close to the border here. I want some gap between the border and this content inside the text. So select sheet 2, go to inner padding. You can make, if you want a gap only left side and top right, left side you can make it 10, top also you can make it 10. Now I can see some gap between the border and this text, within the sheet, like that. So try to do each and every option every time, so that you can remember all the options clearly. So while practicing, try to do everything. Try to touch all the options. Okay. Now, as I told you in this one, now I want to divide this column into 2 parts. I want to sheet 3 and just below I want sheet 4. So in this case, I want to place my sheet 3 and sheet 4 vertically, right? Then what I will do, I have to place the vertical container. But I don't have sheet 4, right? Just create the sheet 4 here. Just create sheet 4. Place something in the sheet 4, just subcategory and profit as a bar chart. Just assume that as a bar chart. I'll tell you how to create this bar chart and also later. Go to summary dashboard. I want to divide this column into two parts. So just above I want sheet 3, below I want sheet 4. Now these are a vertical, right? Now what I will do, drag a vertical container just middle of this row. When you have to drop, whenever you see this dotted line, right, then you can drop. Just drop your vertical container. Now just drag the sheet 3 into this container. How to identify whether this is placing in the correct container or not? When you are placing, that container will be highlighted in the blue color line. Just select this sheet. Now drag the sheet for just below the sheet. Now you see, whenever you see this hash color light, then you can drop it here. Like, very simple. Select the container again, make it distribute contents evenly. Select the sheet 4, go to layout option, border, and like left side we are making it 20 pixel, right? Make it 20 pixel, like, and okay. You can make, just you have to make it align to, okay, so this is inner padding. So just make it 20. Okay, so if you want a gap between the sheets, right, then what you do, I go to outer padding, I can adjust the padding here. But I want a gap between this first row and this second row. I want gap between this first row and second row. Then what you do, still I can use the outer padding also. What I do, just select the sheet 1 or just select the sheet 3 and container here, and again select container. Now entire row 2 container is highlighted here. Now we have to go to the layout option, go to outer padding, just to go to the top and make it 30 pixel. In this way, I can make a gap of 20 pixel or 30 pixel between the row 1 and row 2. I can make gap like, or just to go back here. What is the other method to provide the gap here? Anyone will tell? What is the other method to provide the gap here?
Blank object.
Correct. You have to use the blank object. So in the objects here, I can see blank object is there. Just drag the blank object between the row 2 and row 3. But we have to make sure that you see this dotted line. When you see this dotted line, actually, anyway, anyone will tell? When you see this dotted line, sometimes we see this dotted line, sometimes you don't see this dotted line. How to remember easily means, when you are placing your object between two objects, when you are placing your sheet or container between two sheets or two objects, right? Then you can see this dotted line. You see, now you are placing a blank object between row 1 and row 2. That's why you can see this dotted line. So actually it should be, you have to practice that way, but just let me tell you, no problem. You see, then you see this dot, then you see that dotted line. Now you can select your container, blank object, edit the height to 30 pixel or 40 pixel like that. If you want, you can select the blank object, go to layout option, go to make all sides are unequal, make it all sides are equal to 0. Now what I will do, I'll go to border here, make this dotted line now, and make the edit height to 1 here. Now you see, in that way, you can try to place a line here between the two rows. So in that way, you can make the blank object as a line here. You can make the blank object as a line here. Like, okay. So, but for now, just provide some gap between the row 1 and row 2 like with a blank object. Okay, you can remove the border if you want for the blank object. Okay, I hope I just covered, we are just covered with this. So by default, you will see one blank container on the last here. You can remove this container. Okay, just click on the cross symbol, it will be removed. And if you want this second row to be occupied this entire height, right? What you do? Just select the entire container here. So before that, we are fixing the height of this container, right? Now release this fixed height. Just uncheck that one. Automatically, it will occupy the entire height here. Okay, like so. Hope you understand. Now we will come to our for the purpose. Just save it in your local system for now. Okay. But the end of the class, we have to make it to the. We have to save it to the tab server. Okay. Now you see for sheet 4, I don't use. I can use standard option, fit width, fit height, or entire view. Which one is best one? You can decide that one. You see, if I use the entire view, what is happening here? We have more rows here, right? So because of that reason, I can see all the rows are overlapping one over the others. So in that way, I don't see the content here clearly. So for the sheet for what is the best option is fit width option. In that way, content will be fit width entirely, but I can see scroll bar here. So using the scroll bar, I can navigate to the below rows. Like this. I hope we have covered everything. Now I want to create the summary dashboard. Okay. Now what we have discussed yesterday is like we can discuss today actually comparing the target sales versus actual sales. Okay, so we have 15 minutes time in this class, or 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. So I don't want to tell the entire thing today itself, why? Because you may forget. So after a few classes or after 1 month, right? I'll try to tell you scenarios only. Once I make you familiar with all the concepts, right? Then I will try to. So in that meanwhile, you have to complete all the videos. Okay. So I want to compare the actual sales with the target sales now. So what I told you, what is the first, like what I told you, target sales means if you start a business, right? If you start a business, you want to put a target like I want to achieve 10,000 rupees today. This is your target. This is like preparing for your exam. You have some English exam today. You have English exam today, right? Then what you do at the today, what you decide, you will put a target of I want to get 90 marks. The target this is the target you are putting. But once you write the exam right, and once you get the result right, then only you will come to know how many marks you got. You may get less marks than your target, like you may get 80 marks only, or you may get 95 marks also. So, or sometimes you'll get 90 marks only exactly. So, your actual marks will be your below the target mark, or exactly your target mark, or over the target, like this. But in real time in the business, right, what will happen means you will put the company CEO is there, right? The company CEO, managers, and others will be there, right? So they will be having a target for the entire month, or entire quarter, or entire the next year. For the next year, they will put targets in this year only. In this year, December or November, they will put targets for the next year. We will do the same thing, right? When New Year is coming, right? That December or the January, we'll put targets like the next year I want to achieve this one. Like that, you will put some targets, something like this, right? This is also like that. You will plan before only. You will plan before only. But your actuals will be, you will come to the actual after ending of the year, or after ending of the month, or at the end of the each day, like that. So we have a target and we have a sale. Now assume that what is your actual sales, I'll tell you. So it is your revenue or it is your bill sales, like that you can take anything. So with the interviews also you have to follow the same thing. Okay. So now I'll create a new sheet here. So I'll go to my new sheet here. What is your total sales? So total sales is this is the sales or this is the actual sales. So I can see sales here, but I want to rename this to actual sales. So go to this drop down, just rename it to actual sales like this. Okay, we are renaming this, right? Then how will you come to know what is the actual name of this measure? Anyone will tell? I am just renaming this measure here to actual sales. But how I will come to know what is the actual name of this measure? Anyone will tell? Anyone? So all these are the basics actually. Okay. All these are basic. If you know basics, right, in the interview, automatically the flow will come. When you go to interviews, flow will come automatically. If you don't know the basics and all those, right, you may think that to get the job, I have to prepare parameters, I have to prepare fixed LODs, I have to prepare this window function. So that is not the case. If you know the basics very strongly, right, then automatically the flow will come to you in the interview. Without that, you won't get along. Okay. So if you rename this, then I want to see what is the actual name of this. Actual name means what is the name of this measure,
Like alias.
like how it is getting from the database actually. So how to see means just simply go to this, select this measure or any field. You can make any field. You can select any field, go to the drop down, simply go to the describe option. The describe option you can see, and the remote column you can see what is the table name, what is the table name we are getting here. The table name it is mentioned custom SQL because we have written custom SQL. And what is the actual field name is sales. Actual field name is sales. Just remember like that. Okay. So if you want to make it, if you want to reset this to the actual name, right? Then what you do? Just click on this drop down, click on this rename option, and here you can see this reverse button. Okay. So once you click on this reverse button, right, then it will go back to the actual name. Okay, like so. Just drag it into the sales here. Now I can see actual sales is 23 lakhs. Okay. Now I want to convert this into a bar chart. Anyone will tell how to convert. So as of now, this is the text table. I want to convert this into a bar chart. Okay, we'll try to convert this into a bar chart bit later. Okay, or just tell me how to convert this into bar chart. Anyone?
Select show me and write
Okay,
mark. Select them.
select bar chart. Okay, so this is a shortcut method, but most of the time in real time, don't do this. Only 1% of the case only we will go for this option. But the best practice is
Drag the sum of sales into the row.
yes. If you want to generate any type of chart, if you want to create text table, simply drag that to text here. But if you want to generate any type of chart, simply drag the measures to either row shelf or column shelf. Simply instead of dragging it to the text here, drag it to the either row shelf or column shelf. If you drag it to column shelf, you can see horizontal bar chart. And if you drag the same to the row shelf here, you can see vertical bar chart. Again, you want to convert this into a text table, right? The best method is go to show me. If you want to make text table, the best method is go to the show me option and make a text table. Or you can drag it to the again from the row shelf to the label or text. Okay. Now the actual sales is 20 lakhs, 23 lakhs. And I want to assume that my target is, what is my target? I want here the target is like, okay, we just go to scenario here. Okay, we just go to one example here. What is the actual sales I can see there is like 23 lakhs. Now we are putting a target of like 30 lakhs. Now, how to generate this 30 lakhs target? I want to generate 30 lakh, 30 lakh into this table. See, I don't have target here. I don't have any field here, which is target. Then how to get the target here? Anyone will tell how to create the target here? I don't have, the target is not coming from the database. Target is not coming from the database. Then how to get the target into this table here? Anyone will tell? There are different methods are there. Mostly two methods are there. But anyone will know how to create the target here in the tableau
Using the calculation fields.
using the calculation
Calculation.
field. Okay. Anyone will tell what is the only solution, or do we have any other method in this? So this is very important for you. So I will take good time here. Maybe we'll continue this tomorrow also. So we have to explain this when they're asking about explain about your project. If they're asking about yourself, right? Then you can say yourself first. Then you just come to then tell about your current project. If they don't ask you, then you can tell about your current project. You have to always tell this target versus actual price. Most of the cases, 99%, 90% of the project will be based on this one, like or 60 to 70% of the projects. Okay, so as you said, for now I'll go to this calculation field only. So just go to this just go to this drop down, simply create a calculation field here, make it target. We'll see the other method tomorrow. No problem. We'll see the other method tomorrow, but we'll see target here. Target, I can say, for example, I just want to say here 1 here. We'll see what will happen. If the target is 1, what will happen is just click on OK. Just double click on this target. And we see what happened. We are putting a target is 1 only inside the calculation field. But when you drag this into the sheet here, you can see target is 8,180 here. So you are not getting the correct target, what you are entering into this calculation. So whatever the target you put in the calculation, that is not coming exactly into the sheet. Anyone will say what is the reason?
The one value assigned to all the rows in the database.
Yeah, any other person? Correct. You said what is dedicated, correct. So in the first class itself we have seen, right? Is that we are connecting the MySQL database. In the MySQL database, we have taken one table here. In this table, what we have taken in this table, how many rows are there? Actually, 8,118 rows are there. So in the calculation, if you write one right, that will be a row level calculation. So you have to remember always when you write some calculation, right? You have to assume that. So you have to think that is a row level calculation or that is the aggregated calculation. You have to remember always. So this is very important for you. You have to understand that is a row level calculation or that is the aggregated calculation. Okay. So we have seen the first class itself, right? What is the row level and what is the aggregation calculation. So this calculation is a row level calculation. How to identify this row level calculation? Simple. Aggregation means we have to use either sum function, min function, max function, average function. If you use any of these functions, then that is a aggregated calculation. But here we are not using any one of these functions. That's why this is directly a row level calculation. And even if I use sum also here, what will happen? Sum of 1. Sum means this sum will be performed on the each row in the database. This sum will be performed each row in the database. What is the row here? The row is 1 here. Okay. So just you can apply So now I see some red color in the sheet here. When you see this red color,
Hmm. Hmm.
even I'll tell you, not that one. So when you see this red color, means for this target only I can see red color here. For sales, I don't see any red color here. Why? Because in the target earlier, we are using only one earlier. That is, it is not aggregated. But now we are changing this calculation to aggregation, like summation. So whenever you change some calculation from non-aggregation to aggregation or aggregation to non-aggregation, then you see this red color. So no need to worry. Simply we have to overwrite your target here. Okay, now also I can see the same answer here. Now why this calculation is doing same here means, so what is the input to your sum function? One here. So this one will be again added to each row in the database, and this sum function will be the summation of all these ones again. So again you will get the same answer. But I want my target is one only here. Then what I will do? I will use the bin function here. Now what the bin function will do? What is the column here? Column is one here. So I can see for each and every row it will assign one, 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 one like that. Now we are giving this column one to the min function. Now what min function will do? It will go to each and it will go through all the rows and it will try to identify what is the minimum value. In all the rows we have only we have. Out of all these ones, again what is the minimum value? Again one only. So when you just click on min of one, it will give you one here. So if you want to put the target of 30 lakhs, right? So just give min of 30 lakhs. Like this. Okay? 30 lakhs. Just click on up. Okay. Now you see 30 lakhs the target here. Okay. So but I told you, so now we got that sales and we got the target. So for now we are taking the target from target within the tableau here using the calculation. In the interviews also we can tell the same thing. When they ask you how you are getting your target, you can say we are creating the target within tableau only using calculation fields like this. Or we have one more method. We are getting the targets in a separate table. We are getting the targets in a separate table. So we are joining the two tables there. So I will tell you that method tomorrow. If I forget tomorrow, right? Just remember. Now we have different methods to represent this sales and target. There are different methods to represent this sales and target. Okay. So first method, what we have first type of strategy we have discussed is like Gantt bar, and target is Gantt bar, and so we have different charts. There I will tell you different charts. So today we will discuss one type of chart. One type of chart is like I can say uh, Gantt bar and bar chart. Second type is like up arrow and down arrow. Up and down arrow. And third type we can discuss is like donut chart. Donut charts. So we have so many, like based on the requirement, they will do most of the time we will use these three methods, these three types of charts in real time. Okay. So if they will ask you what is the type of chart you are using for this, compare the target versus the actual, then they will ask you the real time. Or they will ask you, can you explain what are the charts you are using in your dashboard? You can simply tell we are comparing the target versus the actual sale. So in some dashboards we are using Gantt bar and actual we are using this Gantt bar as a target and actual as a bar chart like that. And you can say in some dashboards you are using up and down arrows, and in some dashboards you are using this donut charts. You can say. Anything is acceptable. Okay. Now we will see Gantt bar and actual. We will create this bar. Bar is the actual. Bar is for actual sale, and Gantt bar is for target sale. Anyone will tell how to convert this text table into a bar chart and text table.
Drag the measure values into column shelf.
So when you are dealing with more than one measure, here we have two measures. Target is one measure, sales is one measure. So when you are dealing with more than one measure, in the row shelf or column shelf or something like that, we will see measure names and measure values. So what is the meaning of measure names? Measure names will be automatically generated by Tableau itself. Measure values also automatically generated by Tableau. What is the other I told you? For yesterday, like count field. So measure names indicates are the measure names. So measure names here it will indicate target and sales. Measure values will indicate target value and sales value. 30 lakhs and 23 lakhs. It will be indicated by measure values. So because of that reason, we have the measure values in the text here. And we have measure names in the row shelf. Row shelf means you can see one measure in the first row, you can see other measure in the second row like that. Now we want to convert this into a bar chart first of all. How to convert? Same method, what I told you earlier, right? The same method. Now try to tell someone like try to someone answer like Gokul, can you tell how to convert this into a bar chart? Hello? Gokul, can you hear me?
Yeah. So get some target is a column or rows.
Sorry?
Drag target.
Drag it?
To the column or rows. Or to show me that big show me
Which
and
one? Which one we have to drag into the column shelf or row shelf?
This is target.
Target. Okay. Here we have two measures actually. We have two measures. So instead of dragging only one measure into the column shelf or row shelf, we have to drag the measure values into the column shelf. That way, just drag the measure values into the column shelf. Then I can see two bars here. One is for target and one is for sale. Okay, and just make it swap it to vertical bar here. Make it entire view. Like okay, so we can use side by side also. Sales and target are side by side like this. Also we can use. So you can say like you can tell anything in the interviews they won't identify. Side by side bar charts. So you can tell anything, and the best method is you can say in one of the dashboard we are using this one Gantt bar and bar chart. In one of the dashboard we are using this up and down arrows. In one of the dashboard we are using donuts. You can say all these things we are using. In general, we will use all these four methods, four type of charts to represent the actual and targets. Okay. So now I want to display the text here for each and every bar. I want to display target and sales like that. I want to display. Now what we'll do, simply click on the T button or go to the marks card. Simply check the show marks labels. Now I can see target and sales here. Now this is a side by side bar chart, right? I want to create Gantt bar along with the bar chart. Bar chart is for actual sales and Gantt bar for the target. So sales is already in the bar chart. Sales is already in the bar chart. I want to convert this target into Gantt bar. Anyone will tell how to convert it into Gantt bar? So what you do before coming to the tomorrow class, right? We will discuss these things in the tomorrow class. Okay. But before coming to the tomorrow class, what you have to do here is before coming to the tomorrow class, right? Just try to learn about different types of charts. I'll tell you few charts. So just before coming to the tomorrow class, just go through all this and just come. We can discuss the remaining things tomorrow. Why? Because it will be a revision for you tomorrow. Okay. So just try to learn about what is individual axis, individual axis, and what is combined axis, and what is the other method, other type of axis we have. Anyone will tell? Dual axis. So in the interviews, they will ask you what is the difference between individual axis, combined axis. Combined axis also called blended axis. See, you have to be, it should be noted for you actually. Okay? Otherwise, you can't clear the interview. Even if you attend any number of interviews, you can't clear the interview unless like 10th class student, you have to mug up all these concepts. At least you have to remember topic names and what is the use of each and every stuff. And with scenarios, we will use all these. At least you have to remember. When I say charts, right? The first thing you should come into your mind is these things. What is individual axis, combined or blended axis, and what is dual axis. So you can go through our class notes of like that. Or for this, right? For this, you can go through YouTube. That is not a problem. Just for this, I recommend you go through YouTube. Okay. So if you know dual axis, right, then only you can. You are like I can say use case of dual axis. Use case of dual axis. If you know dual axis, how to create dual axis, then only you will come to know. Then only you will try to. You can create these one. Then only you can create. Then only you can combine target and sell. Okay. It depends upon that. So before coming tomorrow, just the use case of this one are like donut chart. If you know what is the, if you know how to create dual axis, then only you can create donut chart. Otherwise, you can't create this donut chart. And if you want to create the donut chart, right, you have to understand the concept of min of one and max of one. We just created min of one calculation, right? You should understand why we are creating this min of one. You can create min of one, you can create max of one. Max of one means the same concept. Max of one also, it will try to take max from all the rows. Again, it will be one only. So you can take min of one, max of one, or an average of one also. Average of one also, same thing. Average of one means it will try to take average of all the ones. Again, it will come one only. So while creating the donut chart, we have to create this calculation. Or you can take min of 0 also, not a problem. You can create donut chart. And the other application of the dual axis is like Gantt bar with bar chart for targets, for target versus actuals. Then only you will create all these charts. If you know how to create dual axis, then only you will come to know how to create all these. Okay. So it is very important for you to how to create this dual axis. What is combined axis? So you should be able to create all these. You should be able to identify all these clearly. Visual axis, combined axis, or dual axis. Then only you can create charts in the real time. Otherwise, you cannot create all the charts in the real time. Okay. So just go through all these. So as of now, what I see here is it is a combined axis or it is a blended axis. How I can say means in this axis, whenever I see value, right? Value means it's the value for both the target as well as sale. For both, I have single axis. For both the measures, I have single axis. I have to convert it into a real axis. So what is the simplest method? I told you a bit quickly. So, but you can go to the YouTube tomorrow. If you are able to understand, you can understand this one. So what I will do, first I have to create one min calculation. I told you just now. Min of one I have to create. Just give me. Okay, first we have to create min calculation here. Drag this 2 times into the row shelf. Okay. Now from the row shelf, remove the measure values and just remove the measure values and just remove the measure values. Now you see, I can see in the row shelf min is first time, min is second time. So as I have two mins in the row shelf, I can see first min in the first row, second min in the second row. And now you see this is a what is this? This is a like, or I can say like this. So I'm just going back here. Sorry, I told you this is to create for the min calculation. We have to create for the donut chart, right? Not for this. So what I will do now, what I do now, simply drag the target and sales both into the row shelf. Okay, drag the target into the row shelf. Automatically, sales also will come to the row shelf automatically. Now I don't see any measure names in the column shelf. Now I can see individual axis. Sales, I have individual axis. Target, I have individual axis. Now, when we have individual axis, now I can format each measure individually. I want sales bar chart only, right? Keep the sales bar chart only. Just select the target here. When you set the target here, the mark card, I can see all options, sales target here. So come to the target here, just convert this to a Gantt bar. Now you see this is a Gantt bar here. Okay. Now I want to make it side by side. So go to second measure in the row shelf. Click on the dual axis. Now right click on any one of the axis. Click on the synchronized axis. Now the sales is changed to the bubble here, and this is something like this. So don't worry. Go to the mark chart. Go click on the sales here. Convert this into a bar chart. Select here bar chart. Go to the target. Make it Gantt bar. This is Gantt bar only automatically. Now you see, this is the sales is bar chart. Target is Gantt bar here. Okay, so just tomorrow, just go through YouTube one more time. What is the individual axis, dual axis, and all this. Now I have created a. We are just comparing the target versus actual sales in a like Gantt bar versus bar chart like this. Now go to the summary dashboard. I want to place this sheet 5 just after the sheet 1. After the sheet 1 on the right side, I want to place the sheet 5 target sales, target versus actual. What I have to do then drag the horizontal container just below the summary dashboard or between the row 1 and row 2. Now pull the sheet 1 into this horizontal container and drag the sheet 5 also into the horizontal container on the right side. So I can see color legend here. For now, remove the color legend. Just remove the color legend. Now select the sheet 5. Make the width of the sheet 5 into 300 pixels. And select the sheet 1 here. See, we have a lot of spaces here. So why we have a lot of space here means we are fixing the width of the sheet 5 to 300 pixels. And earlier, we are fixing the width of the sheet 1 also. Now what you do, just select the sheet 1 and release the width here and select the fixed width option. When you release the fixed width option, automatically sheet 1 will occupy the remaining space also. But sheet 5 will occupy the 300 pixel only. So I want to increase the entire container height, edit height to maybe 300 like this, like this. Now I want to hide this axis. So simply right click on the axis, Simply click on uncheck the show header. Uncheck the show header like this. Now select the sheet file, go to the layout option, make the border some like dot length or something like this. Like if you want a gap between the sheet 1 and sheet 5, you know how to do that, right? Okay, so this is how every day we have to modify your dashboards daily. So I told you, right, to develop each dashboard, it may take 30 days or 60 days of time. So we are done with 2 days. So every day the development is not yet completed. So every day what you do after completing the day 1 or day 2, just go to the server option, save your dashboard to the Tableau server only. Now I told you one more thing here, like so we have already placed all our sheets in the dashboard, right? Now no need to show your sheets here. So what I will do, simply right click on the dashboard, simply hide all sheets. It will hide all the sheets and I can see only dashboard only here. So now click on the server option, publish work. So earlier we are publishing it to a development folder, dev folder. So when you see this red color one, if you want to, I want to override the last one. Yesterday we have published it, right? I want to override this earlier one with the new one. When you're trying to do that, right, you can see this red color one. How to override the earlier one with this new one? We have to give the same workbook name now also. In that case, it will be automatically overwritten. When it is overwriting, then only you can see this red color one. What is the red color thing? Workbook name is already in use. Publishing will override the existing workbook. So under sheets, I can publish only dashboards. Just click on publish. So I recommend you strongly to go through the. So this is asking you to embed the password for data sources. So I told you about this one also in the class 4 video. Just go through that one. I don't want to repeat all those. I'll just go through all those things with fast manner. We can publish our work to the Tableau server. Now we are finishing our day. Okay. So we'll continue the remaining things maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So before the next class, I strongly recommend you to.
ఒకటి ప్రెజెంటేషన్ మోడ్లోకి ప్రెజెంటేషన్ మోడ్ చూపెట్టండి సార్. ఇప్పుడు మీరు డాష్బోర్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేశారు కదా, అది ప్రెజెంటేషన్ మోడ్